And we're live. Hey, everybody. Howdy, howdy. How'd everybody do today? Good? Great? Not so great? The hell? Oh, my God. So, guys, I don't know if you saw, but Aurora just had some news, and it just shot up to now. It closed at 1275. It just shot up to 1485. They just did a deal. Of course. Why couldn't they announce this in the morning? Right? Come on. I mean, I had to get out of my calls today. That sucks. All right. So, what's up, Michael? What's the news? Aurora. Here, I will read it to you. Aurora to strategically enter the United States with acquisition of Reliva LLC, a leading mass retail CBD. I'm guessing brand I've never heard of. So Reliva will receive approximately US 40 million of Aurora common shares. Oh, shocker. So what is that? 4 million shares. Yeah, it's just Aurora being Aurora, right? So, okay, great. That's just annoying, though. That's just really annoying that they would wait to put this out after market. That just really pisses me off. I'm like seeing fire right now, so let me compose myself. Okay, so guys, I don't know how you played True Leave today. If you were taking profits yesterday, it just kind of sucks that we were hoping, even I was hoping, that it wouldn't gap and trap, right? So what happens? It gaps and traps. Revenue is great. Everything was great. And what we talked about, I think yesterday after market was Curaleaf, right? Curaleaf also posted great numbers, numbers that anywhere else it'd just be like crazy rally. Instead, what happens? Gap and trap, fade. All right. Today, Curaleaf up 6 cents today. Was red in the morning, right? It gapped up again in the morning. So it was a gap and trap. So basically, the Curaleaf chart looks a lot like the True Leave chart if you put them side by side. Let me take a look at True Leave. Yeah, the charts are nearly identical. Volume was a little bit lighter on True Leave. So yesterday, I think it traded like 500,000 shares or something like that. I mean, so that's the rub, right? So what are the catalysts for True Leave going forward? Next earnings. I'm sure they are just going to keep on grinding, keep on opening stores. I mean, look, I think True Leave, out of all the pot stocks, is a really good trade. Just volatility wise, you can do a lot with the type of swings that stock makes. I wouldn't chase it and say, all right, I'm going all in right here. I think you have to trade it for a while and give yourself a little bit of insurance. Who's on speed dial today? What's your take on the SPY? Thank you. And if people want to give me likes, great. My take on the SPY was, look, I still think that 300 level is like, you're getting into a really weird situation where everybody's just going to shit on the stock market. Today I bought UVXY. I didn't buy the option. I just bought straight stock at 35 bucks. Sold at 35.78, 35.85, and 36. So 35.78 was the first sale, 36 was the second. I was gunning for 36.25, didn't get there. It actually went to 36.50. And then I just adjusted my stop and got out 35.75. And then end of the day, I reloaded a third of the position that I had because I've got plenty of insurance at 34.50. Pretty much right where it closed, you know. So yeah, I mean, that's just kind of my take. So when UVXY, you know, the last time it was under 35, you know, we saw a little bit of a rally. I think that the market does need to cool down. I just don't get it, man. You know, all this QE QE is quantitative easing, Fed buying bonds, everything like that. You know, it just makes this market really tough to trade in, right? All right, so Rory's coming back down, but still, what a dick move for the company. It just makes me not like Aurora even less. Airlines, a couple scalps. American Airlines at $10. I did a quick scalp. Well, it wasn't really that quick. $10 puts. It made like 10 cents on them, which wasn't bad. You know, I bought 50. You know, look, I think the airlines are just kind of, especially American Airlines. When American Airlines was at 10 bucks, I was just like, huh? Like, I could understand Southwest rallying a little bit because Southwest doesn't have the debt load, and you know, that would be one of those companies that just survives. Quick recap on ACB, 10 words or less. Shorts are winning again. But I think they have to cover, as that shorts are winning again. But I think they have to cover. We'll call it 10 words. So yeah, I mean, you know, this little thing probably made them cover a little bit. You know, I think Aurora is just a better trade. I wouldn't play the options. The options are just kind of all over the map. You know, those $16 calls that I had looked great yesterday after market, and then today they just look like absolute shit, and I just bombed out of them at the open. You know, another option that just sucked is SRNE. I got out of that today, thank God, at like $2.30, and then the thing freaking rallied back. I mean, I've never been in an option where you go, you know, almost $2 below the strike, and the option only goes up 20 cents. Like, that just didn't make any sense to me. But, you know, look, you know, with the airlines, tech, I mean, Apple is 319.23. And remember, it played in that range that we talked about pre-market. It's going to go break 318. If it kept going on strength, which it did, you know, look at 320 puts. If you got 320 puts today, you know, you had an opportunity to make actually a good amount of money because it came right back down to 317. You know, you basically got like maybe 2 shots at it today. And it just basically hung out at 318 for most of the day. I mean, market didn't really do much. SPY was, for the most part, it was like, it wants to go, it doesn't. It's like, it knows if it goes to 300 that everybody's just going to be talking shit about it. Ooh, Furman Cantu next week, 28.50 puts for Love. You know, I think with Love, if you're going to go into puts, I think you really need to be as close to the strike as possible, and you have to bleed into them. All right. So what I mean by bleed into them is, say you want to buy $1,000 worth of put options or even call options, don't go and just, hit the ask right away. First, you should be on the bid. If you don't get filled, you don't get filled. But do like half of your position and then wait and see. All right. If that half position you get in and then it runs, let's say it runs 20%, just take it. Just take the 20%. Wait, it'll give you another opportunity. But at least this time you'll have some insurance on that position. If, let's say, it doesn't run, let's say you get it at, the option at 50 cents, all right? Wait, don't wait for 40 cents. Wait for, 35 cents, okay? If you still feel strongly about the position. You might be like, man, this kind of looks like shit and I'm just off, and you're off on your strike, and then you can adjust your strike. If you go full position right away, you're in the trade. And either you're going to have to add like a beast and average down, which you don't want to do, or you're just going to have to ride it out and hope. Fuck you, Aurora. Fuck you. So pissed. I'm so pissed right now. Okay. Why else? Okay. That 359 UVXY alert was dirty. Well, I was looking at it. I mean, if you guys were still in the chat, I would have alerted it now, but I was doing this. Yeah, man, I'm really pissed about Aurora now. God, you guys ruined my day. So anyway, it is going hard in after hours. We'll see. But it might be enough. I don't know what the volume is in after hours. But, congratulations, I guess. Maybe some people held those calls. Fuck. I just can't believe it. That's just such a dick move. Come on, Aurora. Aurora, if you're fucking watching this or anybody from your IR team is watching this, what a dick move. Why wouldn't you just release that shit pre-market today? Or even better, during the day. During the day, you fuck all the shorts. Rich, they're mad at me. Why are they mad at me? I said their stock would go to 20. It went to almost 20. I said that the stock would come down Tuesday. It came down. I saved their shareholders money. That lets them load the boat, Okay, so what else, guys? What else? INO, I took a quick short. End of the day. $16 puts. I hate INO, guys. I really hate it. I missed it, in the morning. It went, and I talked about, getting into that pre-market, missed my bid, and then the thing went down to like $15. I was just, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Sometimes you have to hit the ask if you're really confident. Sometimes just waiting on the bid and, trying to be cheap. You go to save 5 cents and you end up losing like $5,000, like that type of deal. I didn't see Xena. I saw T-God got whacked, 33 cents. So down 3.5 cents. Aurora, $16. Unreal. Unreal. Those Aurora options were like 25 cents when I looked at them at the end of the day. So, yeah. Fuck. Disney puts. Let's see. Holy shit. Disney's 120. This market's crazy. Guys, seriously, pray to God that we don't have a flare-up of coronavirus because, yeah, guys, let's not talk about Aurora anymore. I'm just going to be like, I'm like sweating. I'm so angry right now. Is it really? Fuck, 20 tomorrow. If it goes to 20 tomorrow, I'm gonna have to buy puts. I gotta make back that money that I lost. All right. So yeah, Disney. See, here's what you need to know about Disney. So I think it's 32% of their revenue is generated from the parks. Another big percentage is from merchandising, the cruise lines, and then like the hotel segment. If there's a flare up again, then what happens to Disney? I mean, can the airlines take it? I mean, I think at that point, then you're going to have an airline go bankrupt. You're going to see just travel just kind of tank in general. But I just don't get it, man. I mean, does anybody else think that we should be back to, I mean, I think we're at like February levels. No, we're not that close. We're like December levels or something. Absolutely incredible, though. Yeah, jump in the pool here, cool off. Yeah, I'm really just trying to keep my composure because like right now I'd be like ripping the head off of Kylo Ren. Canada's firing on all cylinders. Fed making a V shape. Yeah, I mean, you got to hand it to the Fed. All that QE, low interest, well, no interest rates, the buying of junk bonds. It definitely rewarded people that were just like, yeah, I'm buying the dip, like if the Fed didn't do any of that, those dip buyers would have gotten wiped out. But, look, I do still think that we are going to get another rug pull. There's no doubt about it. I mean, look, what, Facebook, all-time high. Amazon, all-time high. Who else? How many companies are at all-time high? NASDAQ is like a couple percentage points off the all-time high. Everybody's just running into tech. You get like a tech rug pull. It's just going to be crazy. Oh yeah, PayPal, Zoom, crazy. Zoom is trading at like a 300 PE. That's nuts. Chewy, nuts. What else? Grubhub, nuts. 30 million. Well, I think it's actually more than 30 million people. And that just reminds me. Tomorrow we're going to get more numbers. What was it? Jobs last week, so it'll be employment this week. And yeah, ACB all-time high by the end of the year. Nah, that's never happening. Simran, please don't say stupid shit like that on my feed. That is probably the dumbest. You're talking about Aurora going to $144. Just do the math for a second. Yeah, that's just nuts. Yeah, Shopify is nuts. Shopify's nuts. I'll go through all of my stocks that I think are just absolutely nuts. Zoom, nuts. Wingstop, nuts. Twilio, nuts. Twilio, really nuts. Tesla, Tesla's, you got to look at Tesla as a tech company. If you start valuing it as a tech company, then its valuation isn't so crazy. If you look at it as a car company, yeah, its valuation is nuts. Who else is nuts? I mean, Inovio. Inovio is nuts. Inovio is a $2 stock. Let's just be real there. Oh, God damn. Okay, guys. I feel a little bit better about this Aurora trade because Inovio is tanking. Thank God. So I feel a little mildly better, but not much. Yeah, Spotify with Joe Rogan. God, that's so smart. Joe Rogan's just like this. Joe Rogan, great job. Man, and it kind of sucks because now I'm going to have to listen to Spotify. I listen to Joe Rogan podcast probably every night before I go to bed. if I'm not listening to some like audiobook. INO has support of Gates. You mean Bill Gates? No, it doesn't have support of Gates. INO put that in a press release. This is why that company is just scam. World Health Organization got money from Gates, from Bill Gates, and then some of that money went to a bunch of different companies, and they basically said, I mean, by that measure, Bill Gates gave money to hundreds of companies. He didn't give it directly. He wasn't like, hey, CEO of Inovio, wow, this is such a great company. Here's some money. We believe in you. That just didn't happen. Why are you not on his podcast yet? You'll mention this to him? Okay. Please mention it to him. I'd love to. Short clips will still be on YouTube, I believe. Yeah, that is true. Richard Kinney, banking. Now I have to subscribe. Cool, guys. Yeah, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. So I'll do one of these in the morning and then do one of these at night. Or, so I'll do post-market, I'll do pre-market, post-market, and then usually I'll do one at night at like 8 o'clock, see what's going on with futures. It really just depends on all the questions. But yeah, man, that fucking real. I want to see what it's. So Aurora's, yeah, fuck. Aurora pulled Canopy, so now Canopy's over 17. Kronos doesn't usually do much, but did 10 cents. Wow, we live in a crazy world where Aurora can pull companies. That's a shitty thing about all the companies that are on the CSE and TSX that don't trade after hours. But they will get the benefit of a little bump in the morning. What's all-time high for Apple? 327? Yeah. No doubt. Apple's going to hit an all-time high. Oh, you still need 4,000 minutes to get that, 4,000 hours, I think, to get that AdSense money. I don't even know. I mean, what is it, like a penny? I don't think that AdSense really matters until you've got like 1 million subscribers or anything like that. If a second wave pops up, do you think Disney would go bankrupt? No, I don't think Disney would go bankrupt. I think if anything, Apple buys Disney. Honestly, that would just be, I don't know why they didn't buy Disney. They should have bought Disney when Disney was like $80. They could have easily bought Disney. Could you imagine if Apple bought Disney or Amazon buys Disney? That would be incredible. Incredible. I mean, Jeff Bezos could pretty much buy Disney on his own with his own money. Just, have his own little theme park. So, yeah. Love puts expire 28. Yeah, look, I think if you're going to, play some of these options, especially in like sectors that have just gotten kind of crushed, I think you got to start with straddles, right? So what a straddle is, if you don't know, it's buying a put option and a call option with the same strike and same expiration date. Like American Airlines would have been a great straddle today. So you buy it, it was at $10. You can pretty much buy the option. And you could buy it like 2 weeks out, whatever. And you're, essentially paying the same price. And then once you've got like clearly defined direction, like if let's say all of a sudden there's just some really bad news, and let's say for argument's sake, the call option and the put option is at 50 cents, okay? And we're talking about like $10 puts. let's say some really bad news happens and airline industry like coronavirus just perks up. And the next day there's just a massive gap down, like a $2 gap down, where all of a sudden, American Airlines is going to be like $8. Okay. Your call option will probably be up 200-300%. Okay. 200-300%. 300% means you're at like $1.50. All right. Your put option will be up like 300%. Your call option probably be down 90%. So you sell your call option and you've got your puts. So now your puts have not just paid for the loss of your call, but they give you profit on top of it. And that's why you should put, understand straddles and strangles. Now, a strangle is the same expiration, different strike price. So you've got a $10 put and a $12 call, all right? Or you've got a $9 put and an $11 call, just like that. Thoughts on ACB entering USA CBD market? It's a really crowded space in the United States for CBD. I don't know why they're spending money right now. Honestly, they literally just had to do a reverse split because they were running out of money. Now they're going to give them 40 million. I mean, I hope the CBD company makes money on this. It wouldn't shock me if they didn't. So, do I ever trade verticals? No, I do not. Would they even allow such a thing? Disney, XYZ. What do you mean? What, like Disney to get bought out or Disney to go bankrupt? Disney owns, their intellectual property is worth so much. I mean, they could sell Star Wars to somebody probably for like $15 billion, So I don't think you're ever going to have to worry about Disney being Disney going bankrupt. I think what you'd probably worry about if they got low enough. I think if they went to like $80, 75, then somebody's going to try and take them out. Yeah, Disney would never go bankrupt. Why they didn't buy Square? Square, I don't know, man. Square's having a crazy run. From $38 to, what is it, $80 today? I think it went over 80 today. Square. Yeah, 82. That was a smart buy. I'm long Square. So, and Aurora 1560. I hope it just gaps down tomorrow. I hope it just fades tomorrow. Anyway, NBA coming to Disney World. Great. Disney super undervalued. How is Disney super undervalued right now? I don't understand how Disney would be undervalued, honestly. Parks aren't open in the United States. That's where most of their revenue come from. The merchandise that people buy in the parks. The Disney stores are closed, they're losing money. Cruise ships. Nobody's taking a Disney cruise. There's actually, if you Google like breakdown of Disney revenue, you can find it. Well, yeah, if you have a long-term outlook, of course. I mean, I'm long Disney. I just don't think basically I've already got my position for Disney. I don't need to buy any more. I'm not going to, I'll sell it at like 145. That's the goal. Make $55 on it, whatever. And look, there's a lot of companies like that. I mean, the airlines, like you can trade them, but I think companies like Southwest are going to be up 50 to 100% in a year and a half. In which case, if I said, hey, this stock's going to be up 50% in a year, and I guaranteed that, you'd buy it. Set it and forget it. Are you long any of the banks? No, I was looking at getting into JP Morgan and Wells Fargo, and it just kind of lost my attention. But no, I'm not. What do you think of Carnival? I like Carnival. My wife's friend's family owns Carnival. So the Airsons, so they're founders of Carnival. They also own the Miami Heat. They're not in any, trust me, they're not gonna go bankrupt. Let's put it that way. They can self-fund if they need to. Wells Fargo is shit. I hate Wells Fargo. I had Wells Fargo in college. Never again. Save. Yeah. Save, JetBlue. I just hate, I do hate Spirit Airlines. I think you want to be in you need a good mix. I think you want to be in Delta, and I think you want to be in Southwest. I wouldn't be shocked if Delta and Southwest teamed up. Goldman Sachs is always going to make money. I think Goldman Sachs is always a safe bet. If they went out of business, that would be scary. If Goldman Sachs ever goes out of business, that we're in a lot of trouble. Thoughts on alcohol company? I actually just took a position in Bud 2 days ago. I think, Tuesday. No, was it? Yeah, yesterday. And I'm already long Constellation Brands. I'm long Constellation Brands from 127. I got out of SRNE today at 235. The option just didn't move. And I bet if I held it, it would have looked like it probably went to 150. I'll never trade that option again. That is the absolute worst option I've ever traded in my life, was SRNE. So is now a good time to take a position in GTI. That's Green Thumb Industries. I really like Green Thumb Industries. Look, this is my stance on, if you want to take a position, let's say gun to your head, you had to buy $10,000 worth of GTII. I say you can buy it, but you have to stay active in it. So what that means is, if it goes up $1, you sell some. When it goes down, you reload that amount. Goes up, and you just treat it like an ATM. So you hold a core and you trade a core, because if you don't do that, the lack of liquidity that comes into the market going into the summer is going to depress you, and you're just going to watch capital just die every day. So that's what I mean by staying active, and that's why I think most people in TrueLeave kind of get it wrong. They're buy and hold. I just look at it. I guess my mentality is a little bit different. I think that buying and holding something that swings 50 cents to $1 a day is just stupid. It is what it is, because that way you're giving yourself insurance on the shares that you're buying. You're also accumulating free shares with the difference if you choose, or you're pocketing the cash, which you can put towards other purchases. Shroom Boom, Numi, Shroom, MindMed, like any of them besides the private companies you have shares in. I like MindMed. I mean, I like Shroom. I own both. I think that Shroom's valuation is just way too high. So I'm taking profits for sure. No reason for its current price. Any suggestions? I think that taking $100, I think $100 puts on Disney is very aggressive. I think that you'd probably be better served buying 116 puts or 115. 115 if let's say you're giving yourself 2 weeks time, I'd buy like 115. If 3 weeks time, like 110. I'd add a week for every $5. I just think that it's just risky up here because you guys are all right. Okay, you're correct. Like valuations are out of whack, but you have to account for FOMO, and you have to account for people that bombed out of their positions in March, and now they see them all going back up, and then they're like, oh shit, I need to buy. Stupid. So they sell the low, then they buy the high, and they're going to just sell the low again. Those are the first people to panic sell. Do you like NBEV? No, I don't like NBEV. Did I lose 250K on NBEV? No. No, I lost 250K on US Steel though. Senate going after listed Chinese companies. 90% of those companies are already compliant. It's to prevent the Luckin coffees, all right? But like I saw on CNBC, the 4 big auditing firms or accounting firms have already audited a lot of those companies. So most of those 300 companies, those 300 Chinese companies that are listed, are already compliant. But it is good. It is talk about the X trade. I only talk about the X trade on TTG. Sorry. I mean, I give it to you, when it's there, but like I only lay out the strategy on TTG, and for really good reason. Like people pay a lot of money for that strategy. But yeah, look, in terms of like going long US Steel, I think you can go long US Steel. At the end of the day, once we do get everything up and running, the only thing that is going to pull us out of this rut of depression levels is going to be infrastructure spending, the same way that big infrastructure projects pulled us out of the last depression. Building the Hoover Dam, bridges, and all kinds of shit. So when you've got big infrastructure, then companies like US Steel and some of the other steel companies, that's where you want to be. Caterpillar, Home Depot. I mean, Home Depot is just kind of recession proof. Kind of like Carriage House. Carriage House is a funeral services company. It's CSV, I think, is a symbol. So yeah, so any other brain busters? I'm going to wrap it up. So, okay, guys, if you like this video, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, blah, 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 blah. Can we get Dan Soder on the line someday? He's a killer comedian. Yeah, he is funny. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Steph. I will see you guys later. If I missed anything, leave it in the comments. I'll be sure to answer any questions there, maybe in a little bit more detail. If you're, have a question about specific options, great. I will also answer them. All right, guys, have a good night, or maybe I'll see you later. We'll see. You'll never know unless you hit the notification bell, right? Catch you later. Bye.